I have the nicest toilet paper and the best peanut butter.
What peanut butter do you get?
I get Jif. In my opinion, it's the best.
Well, I know, but it's like, I thought you were going to like name some fucking celebrity luxury brand.
Gucci?
You mean Jif, the one that everybody fucking gets?
No, but a lot of people buy like the grocery store equivalent or wait for, like, I will buy it full price, a big tub of it because I eat it but there's no celebrity peanut butter.
I just wasn't expecting you to name the most popular fucking household brand of peanut butter.
I think Peter Pan is also popular.
Sit on down and pour yourself a glass.
And tune into your favorite podcast,
where things will be misquoted
and opinions ain't sugar-coated.
'Cause DJ and Kelly are locked and probably loaded.
Hey guys, welcome to Locked and Probably Loaded with DJ and Kelly. I'm your host, DJ Qualls, and I'm here with my good friend Kelly Blackheart. Hey Kelly.
Hey, I missed you.
I missed you too. How are you?
Good. It's been 1 week, and I'm just kidding. We haven't seen each other in almost a month.
Has it been a month?
Yeah.
Has it really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Almost.
Is it because I belong to the world?
Yeah, it's really frustrating. It's funny because our friendship very much so started where we only saw each other once every few months.
Yeah.
And
now you're addicted to me, baby.
And
I'm
now,
a hard habit to break.
And now when you're not super busy, I see you multiple times a week. So now when you get back into your busy phases, I'm like, I miss him. I want him to
you have to go out and make money. Otherwise, they come and take away your shit. Did you know that? They don't tell you that in school.
So you can actually avoid that by not owning anything, which is what I do.
Oh, right.
I'm like, come and get it.
That sounds like poverty, though.
It really does.
And looks like it, too.
Looks, feels, and...
I'm so proud of myself because organically, I knew that you had changed your hair today.
I mean, I did text you last week.
She told me, but I vowed to and followed through with forgetting that we ever talked about that. And I noticed it, and I'm like, it looks good on you.
Thanks.
Wait, what color is that? Aubergine?
I don't know. If you put it on blonde hair, it would be very like fuchsia and pink, but my hair was brown to start with.
Yeah.
So I dyed it myself last night and cut my own hair.
I'm telling you,
because I'm in poverty.
Oh, that's adorable.
I used to get my hair done by a professional, and now it's me.
We're gonna fix that. I want this podcast to be successful, so Kelly can get famous, but not more famous than me.
No, I don't even want to be a little bit famous.
Wait, that came out wrong. What I meant by that was I want you to be famous, but not as famous as me. Better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, there was something that you did when I picked you up like a month ago. You got into my car and you said something insane. And you're like, wait, is that not the way you say? Fuck, I wish I remembered what it was.
I think this Kelly's going through a period of weed sobriety. And her brain is rebooting itself.
It is.
And it's interesting because you're getting a lot of stuff done, but so I'm not drinking right now. Mm-hmm. And I noticed this because there's no pressure on me to get up and get my shit together. Like I'm late all the time now. Like when I have had like 4 or 5 drinks the night before I need to be somewhere or I've been out, you're on guard.
Right.
So you're like, I have to get up. So I wake up before the alarm. Now I wake up, turn off the alarm, go back to sleep, and I'm late. I show up swollen, red-eyed, and I've done nothing. I've got none of the benefit.
Well, yeah, because if you're late now, you at least feel good about the fact that I'm not late because I was being a fucking degenerate.
No, but I'm already suffering the consequences of being late, and I've done nothing fun to cause it. That's what I'm saying. I'm too relaxed usually. And also I notice that after I drink a little bit the night before like a meeting or like being on camera or whatever, I look a little swollen, so you look younger.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It sort of fills out all your dents and gaps.
Yeah.
I have thigh gap, I found out, which is not a desired quality for a man.
Yeah. But at least your dick looks huge.
My dick looks enormous because my thighs are so small. I see you read my bio. No, but the thing about that is that I get chafing because of it. If I don't wear supportive underwear, I have balls.
Oh, I thought you meant
and they move around. Yeah, they move around. If you have legs that stay together,
I get chafing too.
But they're pushed to the front, And so they don't go between your legs. And so if I'm
Yeah,
wearing,
but then your legs would chafe together.
yeah, but that's better than there's a special kind of hell pain. If your ball chafes the inside of your thigh, back me up on this, Isaac. Have you ever had ball chafing on the inside of your thigh? It's like diaper rash, but it's ball rash. But it's not on your balls, it's on your thigh. Anyway, the point of the story is supportive underwear, the right underwear for the right environment is very important. In the deep winter, I prefer loose boxers, and in the summer, I like things that are that lift and separate, but not my balls, separate them from my body.
That sounds like the line that your book is going to start with. In the deep winter.
Yeah. The thing is, this is what it's like to be in my head. I think about everything.
I feel like at this point you're successful enough to hire a little person to lift and separate your balls.
Like an actual little person, like a dwarf.
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
No, that used to be free when I was growing up. God, talk about inflation. Everything's gotten so fucking expensive to pay somebody for that.
That's true. They used to volunteer.
God damn, I'm on television. You said that's a real ego blow. You think that I can't get somebody to do that for me for free?
We could find some people, I'm sure.
I guess now with today's eyes, it is an abuse of power.
Yeah. You have to pay.
have to pay.
There's no more ball internships.
Exactly. There's no free ball lifting anymore. It's an abuse of power.
It's a shame.
You can quote us on that.
How were your trips?
They were good. So I went. I did a show in. Where did I tell you I went? Not San Francisco.
You
the
were
one
in
before.
Seattle?
I was in Seattle. We were in Bellevue, Washington. Bellevue, Washington is a city that was built for Microsoft. It's a big city. It's across the bay from Seattle, but it looks like it looks like an artist rendering. Like we were looking out the window and people were like pointing and shit. Like it looks fake. It looks like clip art. Like it's all chain restaurants. I mean, good chain restaurants. It's all, the best of the best. There's no Applebee's there. There's like a Joey. As I've spoken about this before, Canada is master of the upscale chain, and they do it really, really well. And the canned cocktail, two things they're amazing at. We just can't do it. These American these like Cactus Club and Joey, which are two chains in Canada, we fuck them up down here. All the food was tasteless and expensive.
Yeah. I mean, I went to Cactus Club. That's where I went for lunch
in Vancouver
when you guys were all
it's
sleeping.
Good, right?
Yeah.
Did you go to the one on the beach near our house? It's really nice.
Yeah.
And really affordable. I mean, it looks like it costs a lot of money, but then you realize you're spending Canadian dollars.
Yeah, that's what's interesting. When I used to live in Canada, I remember Canada being so expensive because the sales tax was really high and all of that stuff. But so I was so surprised when I went there this time, and I'm like, wait,
it's not expensive.
It's cheaper.
But also, how old were you when you lived there?
I was in 4th and 5th grade.
Yeah, $13 back then looked like a lot. Now $13 looks like
a lot.
Free. Well, to you. Jokes. You know that $13 not look like a lot to you.
Are you what?
It doesn't.
It's 1/10 of my net worth.
You got Cacio de Pepe or whatever it was, the pasta delivered at $30 a portion.
No, it was $20.
It sounded like 30 to me.
It's funny how he'll downplay what's expensive for me, but then be really cheap about a lot of things.
No, here's the thing. I feel like the only way I can afford the occasional $1,000 evening, which we've had. Have we ever had that?
No.
Oh, we've had $1,000 a couple days though.
Yeah, maybe a couple days.
Yeah, an evening.
No, not. I don't think $1,000.
How much?
The only places that we ever go are
we definitely had
cheap bar.
We've had a $250 bar tab before
for sure.
We've had it at the Oaks.
Yeah,
I know. Imagine what that looked like.
That's so hard to do.
I know. Well, not for us. And. Yeah, we spent anyway. But
that's also not always just between us. It's like buying shots for other people.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that we have had it as a collective a night that costs a lot of money.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I've had expensive nights.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
Magic Castle.
I'm not saying just you and I are sitting around mainlining lobsters. I'm saying
that sounds good though.
That especially in Los Angeles or New York, it's you pay to play. So the only way I can feel good about that or all right about that is to comparison shop everything else.
Right.
I mean, things that I won't budge on are peanut butter and toilet paper, and they're no way connected beyond the visceral connection of them. But I have the nicest toilet paper and the best peanut butter.
What peanut butter do you get?
I get Jif. In my opinion, it's the best.
Well, I know, but it's like I thought you were gonna like name some fucking
What?
celebrity luxury
What,
brand.
Gucci?
You mean Jif, the one that everybody fucking gets?
No. But a lot of people buy like the grocery store equivalent, or wait for I will buy it full price, a big tub of it because I eat it like no. But there's no celebrity peanut butter.
I just wasn't expecting you to name the most popular fucking household brand of peanut butter.
I think Peter Pan is also popular. Jif.
No, I mean, because especially with peanut butter, there are more expensive brands because you've got your natural peanut butter.
Yeah, but the natural peanut butter has oil all over it.
No,
it tastes like healthy.
I'm not saying that they taste better, but they certainly are more expensive. So I just was a little alarmed or shocked that you said Jif.
No, Jif is the best. It's all name brand stuff.
I agree
and name
with
brand
you.
toothpaste.
It's just not the most expensive.
But all my drugs are.
Wait, how much is it? Oh, that one's $1,800.
Get the fuck out of here.
That one licks your balls for you.
That is that an Erewhon? Is it called
technically
Erewhon?
that's actually 3 jars of it, so it's not that bad. It's
and I spend money on Manuka honey.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I take it all the time.
You just eat like a spoonful?
I'll dissolve it in lemon water in the morning right when I first get up. It's really good for you as antimicrobial properties. And when I was in New Zealand once, I got cut and I rubbed it on my cut and it went away in 2 days.
I don't know. I'm kind of pro microbial.
Is Manuka the kind or the brand?
It's the kind, and you can only get it from bees from New Zealand.
It sounds so stupid when you talk, like not you talk, but like when we talk about shit like this.
I really hope that
the
you're not making
bees-
fun of Manuka honey because they're very serious about it and they have nothing else to do but come find you.
The bees?
No, people in New Zealand.
I was just talking about when
I
went
love
to
New Zealand, but the day to day, I mean, I think the absence of gun crime, they've got a lot of time on their hands. So they will come find you. Don't talk about Manuka honey.
I'm not talking about Manuka honey. It is just funny because especially when you say it like that, it just sounds like we're being scammed hardcore. It's like, this is the best honey in the world because it comes from these specific bees.
But it's proven.
What's so good about the bees in New Zealand? They don't have guns.
They don't have guns. I don't know, but there's something special about them. I don't know the science behind it, but I do know that it's a whole country that's moving the same direction for it, and everybody can't be in on the scam.
Yeah.
I got so drunk once in New Zealand that I learned French. Like I was translating French. This guy was talking to me in French. He was the manager at Nescafe, and I slept with him too. So maybe
Shout
I didn't know.
out to him.
Hey, dude. I remember your name, but I won't say it.
That's smart.
Yeah. Isaac said thank you because he always says that. Because I do this. Okay, I'm not going to mention the same. So anyway, John yesterday threw up in my car. I'm not good at that.
Speaking of expensive nights, have you guys had Kelly's birthday dinner yet?
No, we're going a week from today.
Yeah,
on the
next
23rd.
Tuesday.
Can we tell?
Maybe we shouldn't say where we're going and what date and what time.
We're
just
going
in
to
case.
Giorgio Baldi next Tuesday. But you have to decide what date that is. Oh, actually, this is the episode that's most current because this will come out tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it won't be out to the public till after.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
yeah.
just Patreon.
So our
will get this.
Patreon, I trust all of our Patreon people. I don't trust our regular listeners. Hey, Patreon.
I do. I love hanging out with our Patreon people. I'm like always. We were just doing. Isaac was asking the chat what they used to put in chat rooms. You know, you do like 15 female Chicago, like the age, sex, location shit. Yeah. So
Yeah.
everybody was putting theirs in, and I found a picture of one of my online boyfriends from when I was 15 and posted it in that chat. Did you?
No,
You want to see him?
Yeah, I want to see him.
He's cute. Isn't he
like
cute?
He looks like a drug salesperson, Kelly.
No,
Let me look at him. Hold on. Let me
he was
put on
just
some
like a
glasses.
little.
He looks like Chad Michael Murray's younger brother.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
Chad Michael Murray right now. So my handler Dina, hey Dina, who comes to all the shows, has a crush on Chad Michael Murray. Look at what Chad Michael Murray looks like right now. I'm not saying that he looks like a cocaine salesperson, but he's certainly wearing the costume of one.
He went super Christian. He's on a movie that my girlfriend.
Chad Michael Murray is okay.
Really?
So he's now just. So I'm not saying that you deal drugs, Chad, at all. But you are definitely. wearing the
I gotta-
costume of somebody
I gotta
else. He looks
see
like a
him.
guy that makes you sit in the room with his 12-year-old and talk to him while he goes out and weighs your drugs. Not that I've never done that before.
Wait, which picture?
Look, not that one. That one. Doesn't he look like a cocaine salesperson that lives on the west side?
No, he looks exactly like how he's always looked.
I don't know anybody that deals coke
Yeah.
that looks this good.
Yeah. And plus, he's not in a Honda Civic, and we're not in the back seat.
Okay, fair enough.
I think he looks great.
Apologies, Chad, Michael Murray, and Dina.
He was. I certainly had a crush on him growing up. My brother used to work on One Tree Hill, and so I watched that show pretty religiously, and he was very cute. And a Cinderella Story, man, that was a good one.
Oh, that was with Hillary Duff. Mm-hmm. That was around the time that she had that song. So yesterday, so yesterday, so yesterday.
Haven't you heard that I'm gonna be okay? Yeah, I love Hillary Duff.
These aren't prescription.
She's a queen. What are you doing?
I'm trying out a new look here.
Okay.
How do you feel about these?
Yeah, those are nice.
They came free with purchase of a beverage years ago.
Did you get those at Pride?
No. It's a dog with an IPA thing. Hold on. What is this? Is this So Yesterday?
Yeah.
What year was this?
It had to have been like 2002, maybe.
17 years ago.
Was it really? That was back when I was famous.
That's when it was posted. Are you in this video?
No. I'm in the Simple Plan video though for I'm Just a Kid.
And Britney Spears.
Oh yeah, this was my heyday.
Yeah, this was. I mean, this was always.
We were
on a
all
rotation.
wearing Rockin' Republic jeans, the kind that the bottoms were always dirty because they dragged the ground. Remember that?
Yeah, I mean,
We spent all this money to look like fucking unhoused people.
my mom would complain all the time because my jeans would just be like soaking, like dragging in the snow, soaking wet, and I'm like, Mom, you don't even get it. And now I look at that, I'm like, it's fucking.
Somebody I went to
disgusting.
college with went and studied acting at Mahat, which is the big, like the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art of Moscow. And you know how like when people move somewhere and they can't not like it because they've done it. So it's like, oh, it's great. I love it. Oh my God, it's so great. And then one day she called me and she was like, I can't get the bottom of my jeans clean.
Yeah, you would get all the salt from the snow, and there would just be like a permanent white ring at the bottom of the jeans.
They're coming back.
I know. That's why it's like I'm just finally seeing how stupid it looks. Also, I've been doing a rewatch of The Hills. And
Really?
Yeah, I fucking loved that show.
I hung out with Audrina once at Janet Jackson's birthday party.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I asked her, I was lit up and I already knew the answer. And I was like, hey, Audrina, is it real? And she went, no. And I was like, obviously.
Yeah.
The fact that people thought that was real, the fact that there would be a camera catching both sides of a conversation.
Well, I think in the beginning, because like I've been
Like
watching
the OC,
I've
the
been
real
watching
OC.
the rewatch through Whitney Port's YouTube because
that was fake, right?
She and her husband have a YouTube channel and they
Yeah.
do these rewatches and they're very like fun together. And I think it started out a lot more organically. And then as time goes on, it's like, do people really have this much fucking drama in their friend
No.
group? Like, no. And so you have to either not necessarily create situations, although a lot of them were created, but it's like, okay, well, you had that conversation off camera, so we're going to need to have you do it again at lunch or whatever it is.
What happened, how I came to understand it was that the real OC was the one that starred Kristen.
Oh, Laguna Beach.
Yeah. What's her name? Kristen who?
Kristen Cavallari.
Kristen Cavallari.
And Lauren
Yeah,
Conrad.
Laguna Beach. Yeah. So I think that a lot of that was real.
Yes.
Like, the guy, Steven, whatever his name was, Calamari or whatever.
Steven!
Yeah. I think
Steven Calamari.
And then it went.
Steven Coletti.
Yeah. And then it went. And then they got to LA and it all fell to shit.
Yeah.
I watched it because
Yeah.
you were supposed to.
Yeah.
Because you would go out and see these people and I wanted to make sure that I was aware of what my co-drinkers were doing in the daytime.
Spencer Pratt now is like very, very.
He's into crystals.
Yeah, he's into crystals, but he's very active on TikTok and he's a very likable character on TikTok. And so obviously I know that they leaned into their villain
Of course.
kind of arc there, which you know,
If
that
they would have saved their money, they went through $10 million in like 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, they did everything right.
because they got so much Manuka honey.
Yeah, exactly. They bought 4 bottles of Manuka honey
And they were
and a 1-bedroom apartment in Chatsworth. No, but if they did everything right, they played that exactly right,
I know.
except for the squandering of it.
Yeah.
Because you get so famous, if you're showing up somewhere for a $50,000 appearance fee, like I have always known that when I first came out here, something inside me told me, save your fucking money. This can all go to shit pretty quick. And look at me, I'm on a podcast now. I was right.
Anyways, guys, join the Patreon, patreon.com/loadedpod.
Please.
He needs to buy more crystals.
If you don't, this will go away pretty quick. No, actually, we love doing it. I love doing this podcast.
I know. I was so excited and we're going to be recording the live today too.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're playing the world's shittiest game show, which is something I do.
I meant to ask you in the car. How does that work?
Here's how it works. It's really shitty. So I pick a number between 1 and 125, and every time somebody engages me or asks me a question, you can say something that's on your heart. You can ask me a question, and it's a situation where, because I've set it up, I probably will be more honest than I usually am. Like,
You're pretty.
well,
You're pretty.
I'll be honest and show the photos.
Okay.
And so, and every time at the end of their time with me, they make a guess and they give me their name and make a guess at the number, and then usually win some. It's called the world's shittiest game show because it's whatever's in my bag. Like before, like I've given away a Viagra before. I mean, like, and used to be able to do that. Like before that pandemic, before we die from taking a handful of vitamin C from somebody, I would just whatever was in my bag. Sometimes like fans give me stuff and I'll carry it around for a long time. A keychain, a key to a hotel that I'll sign, or that kind of stuff. But today we have real things. Well, they're all things that I don't want, but they weren't in my bag. Speaking of that, I have gifts for you both. I finally brought those gifts that I've been promising.
really?
Yeah. So I would like to open those right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so we'll.
Should we do it on the live?
Should we do it on the live?
Maybe we'll do a teaser. We can do one here.
We can't edit reactions on the live. We get the real.
Well, why would we don't edit anything anyway?
Well, what are you talking? We don't edit anything.
Well, I mean, like, what are you cutting out of this except for DJ accidentally naming people every once in a while?
Person that's.
But we don't. It's not like we're cutting anything out that's reaction.
You guys clearly don't watch the show back.
Do we?
I do. I have to pick the clips.
I can't watch it because I'm too self-conscious, and because I'm out doing other things. This is y'all's baby. If this doesn't
Why
succeed,
are you yelling at me? I didn't tell you have to watch it back. So should we? You want us to do it on the live?
Hey, I'm teasing it here, but so if you don't subscribe to the Patreon, then you won't see any of the gifts.
Check out the Patreon. There will be a replay of it because you won't be at the live.
Anyway, we'll circle back to this because this is just the beginning of me getting you things that I think that you should have.
Okay, I'm very nervous.
You should be nervous.
Yeah, I know.
I don't do things without
I've been
strings.
friends with you for 5.5 years.
Yeah,
I'm always a little bit nervous when you say you have something for me.
If I ask for your address and then something bad happens later down the road, it's ultimately your fault because you gave it to me.
Yeah.
That's a decision that you have to live with.
And I was dressed like a slut.
No, actually, I would be nicer to you. You should dress more slutty.
Yeah.
Show those ankles.
My ankles are out. But I do have big boobs and I generally don't wear things that show them off. Colleen, my best friend Colleen and I both have huge knockers and we both never show them. But if in the off chance that we like dress up and they're out, people are like, holy shit.
Did you see
these whores?
Did you see those girls on ESPN? They were like in the stands of a sporting event eating ice creams and they spent like an inordinate amount of time on them eating those ice creams.
Yeah, one of the girls in it made a TikTok afterwards and she was talking about how like just gross it made her feel. She's like, we're just here to watch a baseball game, have some fucking ice cream, and to find out that the cameras were on us for multiple minutes. And then the comments of all of those videos are just like totally degrading and dehumanizing. Really you cannot do anything as a woman without it being hypersexualized. It's very, very odd. And that's also why I have a problem with people who have their kids as their main pillar of content on their social media. Because I'm like, there are fucking pedophiles everywhere on the internet, and you feeding your kid a Costco hot dog. Do you know why there's so many saves on this fucking video? Because they're perverted assholes that are.
Is that a thing?
Oh yeah. There's one.
That's why I don't go on the fucking internet.
There's
except
one
to
creator
buy things
who
and watch
has
porn.
like millions and millions of followers, and people are constantly in her comments telling her like, "Hey, this is bad." Like and she just ignores everything. But
she's probably making money off
She's
of it,
making
right?
tons of money. She's just exploiting the fuck out of her child. And she had this one video where it's like handing my daughter my items to see what she does with them. She hands her a tampon, and the daughter,
What?
the daughter like pretends to put it where it goes.
How old is this kid?
4 or 5.
I don't have any morals except that kind of morals.
Yeah.
Like I don't
And
care what you do with your life. That's over the fucking
daughter
line.
like mimics shaving her bikini line, and it's like, and she fucking posts this, and even it like, let's say there's a world where she didn't see how that could be bad posting it.
Take it down.
There are hundreds of thousands of comments on the
Yeah, take
video
it down.
going like, and the poor child who obviously doesn't know what's going on or whatever is going to have to live with the fact that as an adult, all of her images have been distributed on child pornography websites for her entire life.
Jesus
and it's going to make
Christ.
her
I never
not
think about that
safe.
kind of stuff.
Because think about all these people that are going to be like stalking her and all that stuff. It's just really like, I don't agree with people having their children as the main content pillar on their social media.
I totally get
it's
it.
one thing to have your kids show up every once in a
Yeah.
while, but like,
When it's your identity and you're profiting from your children.
it's really fucking gross.
There are Coogan laws in regular entertainment that stop parents that make 80% of the child's earnings go into a trust. The parent can take a 20% management fee, but there's none of that for social media. So if you're making money off the back of your child and subjecting them to whatever, and who knows what's in the future, people are nuts. The child technically gets no protection.
Yeah.
Compensation or protection.
And even content that's not like wouldn't be perceived as sexual or probably is not going to pedophile sites or whatever. It's still
Exploitative.
It's still exploitative. Yeah. And also, who wants their entire life being documented online? Like,
Well, here's the thing. At some point, that kid's going to get pissed off and also just leave the house in general. And if your whole identity is based on your children,
yeah.
I've seen it happen over and over again to my friends. When your whole life is your kids and you stop being yourself,
Yeah.
what the fuck do you do when they leave?
I know.
You sit around and worry.
It's really troubling.
It really is troubling. Did we just turn into Tommy Lauren, or we didn't go that far? Is that her name, Tommy Laurie?
I don't think she would have ever. She would have been like, "Yeah, post the videos." What do you mean? I don't know that she's on this side.
I try not to have morals, but that really irks me. Anything that's exploitative. You say exploitative. Is that what you said?
I don't know. How is look it up, Isaac?
What do you say, Isaac? Do you say exploitative or exploitative? A lady on the internet said caveat wrong today. I think she'd only ever seen it, but
Did
never.
she say kavit?
Yeah, she said kavit. Did you see that video?
No, but
There was a
I
lady,
was trying to think
there
of
was
how.
there was a lady that moved to. So funny because I couldn't remember how she said it. It was a lady who moved to Italy, and she's making money off of being an American lady who lived in Italy. More power to her.
Yeah.
But she said we bought. You know how they do this? We bought an apartment in Florence. You know that over.
Yeah, the voiceover,
That
yeah.
voiceover is so now become a thing. We bought an apartment in Florence. See these floors? We don't like these floors. Like that kind of stuff. And she was like, we got a great deal, but the kavit is, it needs to be completely redone. And I was like, my brain scrambled.
Yeah.
It took me like a good 3 minutes to be like, what?
Yeah. You're like, wait, what word is that supposed to be? But there are so many situations where there are plenty of words that you've read a million times, but you've never heard anybody say them out loud. And it does look like that's how it would be pronounced.
Oh.
Caveat is not, that's not instinctual there.
I don't
You,
know.
you only say it that way because you've heard it said a billion times before.
I think so. I think that's a word I probably knew since childhood.
For sure, yeah. It's a very.
mean, she's American.
but also depending on the circles of people you hang out with too. It's like the vocabulary changes so much,
So
regionally and
here's one. So my buddy Jason is from the
educationally.
Chicago area, and he says naivety. I say naivete. What do you say?
I don't really say it, but
I say it all the time about you.
Naivete. Yeah, I've never I've never said it. Naivety.
Yeah, not naivety. And he's learned, and I found out that a lot of people say naivety. What do you say, Isaac? Naivety or naivete?
Naivete.
Yeah,
But I also used to say exploitative, so I've been saying the whole word wrong.
Oh wait, so what was it? I think.
Exploitive.
Yeah, let's listen to the
Exploitative.
So I was right.
Exploitative. Exploitative.
Exploitative.
It is exploitative.
Whoa, you can slow her down. Whoa.
You can slow it all the way down.
Say it slower, robot.
Exploitative.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Well,
fuck yeah.
is there
Two
a
more
list
times.
of like the most commonly mispronounced words?
I have I collect art, and I went to an in-person auction in London a few years ago. I know this is not relatable at all, except for I made myself look like an idiot. I'd only ever I don't talk to anybody about art, and I'm self-taught from auction catalogs and in museums and researching people. So I hadn't heard a lot of these artists, like the
names.
Yeah, the Renaissance artists.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard them, so I went in and looked at a painting by Titian, and I was saying it wrong like 5 times in a row, and then she corrected it, and I wanted to die. I really wanted to die, and now I want to do it to everybody else.
I'm the nerdiness in me. There's a small portion of me that's a giant nerd, and I am very particular about making sure I know what word. Like if I'm texting and I use a word,
I'll do it too.
I will go look it up just
me
to
too.
make sure I'm using the right word. I on podcasts, I'm sure there have been plenty of times I've used the wrong word, because sometimes you're just like, it's word vomit and you're just kind of shitting out of your face. But I very much check in on those things. So, I just saw one on there that I've heard somebody pronounce it epitome before.
Epitome?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Epitome.
Growing up in the South, I used to say nuclear instead of
Oh yeah, a lot of people.
Is
do
it
that,
nuclear?
Though. Nuclear.
Okay, so I
Nuclear.
never did that. I mean, George W. Bush did that. He said. He said
That has to be
nuclear.
like one of the most common.
Yeah, here's the thing. It's Southern.
Yeah.
I mean, we say the word COLD, cold, as code. Why do you want to go to Canada? It's so cold.
Yeah. And
People say hyperbole.
Like Colonel would be one of those that when you're reading it, until you've ever heard it, why would you not think it was pronounced colonel?
How do you say rural?
Rural.
Rural. That's a hard word to say.
I try not to say that word because it's annoying on my tongue.
Nauseous is a word that I can never remember how to spell ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I spell it so poorly that my fucking phone can't guess it. So I have every time I type it, and I type it oddly a lot, and it's my brain will not let me accept it, and so I have to Google it almost every single time. My phone cannot learn that from me. I mean, it learned fuck instead of duck finally.
Yeah.
But it will not learn nauseous from me.
You know what you can do is go into your shortcuts and spell it like you normally are inclined to spell it, and it will autocorrect automatically to the right way. But then you would just be reinforcing your incorrect
my
spelling of it.
autocorrect makes huge logic leaps that don't make me look good. Like every single time I type in Happy New Year, it autocorrects to Happy Jew Year.
That's crazy.
I don't know why. I don't know why. That's not a word I type all the time. So let's get back to this list. So rural's on there, mischievous.
I've also heard hyperbole. And that one in my head went straight to like Super Bowl, and I'm like, what the fuck are you trying to say?
So Colonel, I can never remember how to spell. Drought, or is it draft? Oh yeah, it is draft. Draft. Hyperbole. Nauseous, I can never remember how to spell. Sixth, though, I don't think I've ever misspelled sixth.
But this is
I think this list
pronouncing.
is for people that English is their second language.
Right. Thorough. See, thorough. I understand that now, because the OUGH is mean. It's mean to do to people that don't grow up with English.
Number 10 is the gangster, though.
Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah, it's Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah.
Worcestershire
But that,
sauce,
I mean,
sure.
that's had like so many.
No. It's Worcester.
Is it?
I think actually English people pronounce Worcestershire Worcester.
Really?
I think so.
I've never heard it pronounced that way. But
maybe they were talking about it. You know what they were saying.
Maybe.
And also maybe it's because you hate British people.
That's very much so like a bunch of British towns where it's like what looks like Leicester is Leicester.
Yeah.
And
Edinburgh is not Edinburgh.
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire sauce.
Sass. Worcestershire.
Sass.
That's how I say it. But I wonder.
Worcestershire sauce.
Can you find out how? Say it slower. And come home with me tonight.
Worcestershire sauce.
Fuck yeah.
Worcester? I've never heard Worcestershire.
Yeah, I've heard Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
I always put extra shirts on it.
Yeah, you might as well.
But can you find out how British people just pronounce Worcestershire?
How do British people? One just the shishara, one shush.
They call
People
it
struggling with how you pronounce the name of this secret sauce.
One
Leah
just
Perrins.
star shine. Yeah, one just shine. One just shishara. One just shush.
He looks loaded in his defense.
No sweat, no sauce.
As somebody that lives in the town that they make this, I think I'm qualified for the job. You're looking at Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire. Do you know that Scottish people can't say purple burglar alarm? Did you know this?
What?
Did you know they can't say it?
Who says that?
They can't fucking say it.
Why? Okay, I've never even heard the sentence in my life.
Okay.
Did you just make that up?
No, they can't say it. Isaac, could you help us out with this?
Can you Google
Google Scottish guy trying to say purple burglar alarm? They can't fucking say it because
Purple burglar alarm. I'm trying to
purple
think.
burglar alarm. They can't fucking do it.
Marbles in the
It
mouth?
sounds like they're gargling.
Okay, is there going to be a video for this?
Hold on, I have to put my regular glasses on for this.
Well, there's a
Oh, yeah,
whole,
it's him.
There's some Scottish people that kind of say purple burglar alarm. Purple burglar alarm. Purple burglar alarm.
They can't fucking say it.
Purple burglar alarm. Purple burglar alarm. Burglar. Purple burglar.
Yeah, it really
They
is
can't fucking say it.
interesting. Oh, I love that little kid on the bottom left. It's really interesting because every language has different ways that you need to use your tongue and press it against your mouth
Yeah,
and do
of
all of
course.
that stuff in order to get the words right. And it is wild, the variation between languages. That's funny though. That had to have just been like a comment on his live stream that somebody tried to get him to
yeah,
say
they
it.
probably said they probably just said Scottish people can't say purple burglar alarm, and he was because he starts off going, "That's bullshit. Watch this, purple burglar alarm." He had to take his ears out.
Well, Isaac called me yesterday after our meeting, and for some reason my phone didn't ring. It went to my iPad, and so I picked it up, and he was talking in the most exaggerated lisp I've ever heard. And
Who did?
Isaac, and I thought he was doing a bit. And so I took a video because he's like, "No, I'm talking normal."
I was speaking completely normally.
And then I'm gonna send it to you and tell you what you sound like.
Okay, this is me speaking normally with no lisp.
He's fucking with you.
Attempting to speak without a lisp.
He's fucking with you.
No, we were on the
swear to
phone
God.
for 15 fucking minutes.
Speaking clearly.
This is how he sounded the
with
whole
no
time.
lisp whatsoever.
He's
Perhaps
messing
like a
with you, Isaac. You're
beautiful
messing with
person
it.
I swear, I was like, what are you talking about?
That's bullshit.
enunciating.
It really sounds like you're doing.
Does it sound like you're lisping now when you hear it back, Isaac?
Yes, it sounds
Crazy,
totally fucked
dude.
up.
Okay, so it was the phone.
It was it was something garbled in the phone or the iPad.
Because we when we walked into your office downstairs, we both looked at each other and it smelled like burning toast, and because we both smelled it, we knew we weren't having a stroke. But that makes me that makes me feel like I'm having a fucking stroke. If you say that you're not lisping, you are lisping all over the place.
Right. He wasn't on his end.
It's like you had taken elocution lessons from fucking Lindsey Graham.
Yeah, I was saying normal stuff because we had just gotten off a call with somebody else, and she was laughing her ass off, and I'm like, "What are you laughing at?"
Because I like it. It
Wait,
was like,
you got off another call?
yeah, but I think this only happened because he happened to call my
if there
iPad
is a
on
God
FaceTime
out
audio.
there, I'm hoping that he was sounding like that on the call. That
we
he
were
was
on a
just
Zoom call. I could hear him. He sounded normal on the Zoom call, but it wasn't until obviously you can see we're at 2 minutes and 23 seconds. I let him talk for 2 minutes, and I go, "What's in your mouth right now?" And he goes, "What?" And I go, "Do you have like a retainer in or something?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?"
Like, what are you eating? I'm like, nothing.
I was so confused. I was like, "Why are you talking like this?" And he had no idea what I was talking about, so I took a video and sent it to him.
You're taking on sort of a Daffy Duck quality.
It was And then we continued the call for longer than that, and it was very annoying. And so I was like, thank God you don't have a lisp in real life.
I don't mind a lisp.
It was just so exaggerated.
But don't pop one out on me and tell me you're not doing it, because much like children, I have object permanence problems, and so
that's what he sounds like to me now.
Yeah, exactly. From now on, that's how you must speak. Otherwise, we won't. We're like, who is this?
Seriously?
It's me. Oh, Isaac, how are you?
Do you want to do? Okay, which of my things that I brought would you like to do? Would you like to do the one that is related to your acting career? No? Okay, we'll do that on the next episode. So there...
Would I rather eat a bucket of poop or...
No, it's not a would you rather.
Swim in a river of mayonnaise?
It's in a similar vein, right? So one of the more popular segments on...
Fuck, marry, kill, Hitler, Saddam Hussein.
One of the more popular segments on a lot of podcasts right now is Am I the Asshole, right? Like we've been doing it on Unsolicited.
Like when I yelled at that old man for throwing his trash down.
But I don't want to do something that everybody else does. So I was thinking it would be fun to do a segment called I Am the Asshole and have you read the post and you're going to defend the position as if you're the person reading or writing the post.
Oh, so I get to be the asshole?
You get to be the asshole.
That does have a certain biographical ring to it. Okay, let me put on my glasses so I can see what's happening here.
Let's see. I'm going to give you my computer.
Oh, this is Reddit?
Yeah, well, I have
does
some
does everybody underneath them say that they have small dicks? You aren't the asshole, but your dick is small. All 12-year-old boys telling you that your dick is small when you're going there asking for legit help.
Okay, why don't you do this one?
Okay. Oh, that's long, Kelly.
Well, they're all long. Assholes are really...
Am I the asshole for asking my wife to pay her fair share? I don't even need to know this. Yes, motherfucker. You are. Who makes the money?
You are the asshole.
Does he say? Okay, I'm going to read this. It is a fucking paragraph, though, Kelly. I, male, 39, have been married to my wife, Stacy, female, 30. That's really specific.
They always give ages.
But does he give his name?
No.
So you're outing Stacy.
Well, his name is DJ.
Oh yeah, so it's me. Stacy, I got some bad news for you. You wrong tree married. Okay, Stacy, female, 30, for 5 years, and we have 2 children together. I also share 3 children with my ex-wife, Hannah, female, 37. Motherfucker, you are what are their social security numbers? Ever since Stacy and I got together, she has made it very clear to me that my 3 children are mine and Hannah's responsibility, not hers. Okay, that's not good. Because you're a blended family. This has worked out well so far, but lately it has been taking a toll on me. I pay Hannah child support every month. Ever since Stacy had her first child, she demanded that I give her the same amount of money each month to keep things fair. That is nuts. You are not the asshole. I thought you meant like you went out to dinner and you were asking her to pay for.
No, she's saying what he provides for his children with Hannah. That they
get the exact same.
Well, those are his kids too.
Yeah, but all children have different needs. What if
sure?
Okay,
just continue reading. Continue reading.
If the cost is different, why would you have to pay? Okay, so right now, what's your name? Right now, DJ, I'm on your side. Anyway, so let's go back. This has worked out so far, but lately it has been taking a toll on me. I pay Hannah child support every month. Ever since Stacy, hey buddy. It's not a comma, it's a semicolon. That's why I'm fucking up here. Those are 2 sentences joined together. So it should be this. This worked out well so far, but lately it has been taking a toll on me. I pay Hannah child support every month. Period. Or semicolon. Ever since Stacy had her first child, she has demanded that I give her the same amount of money each month to keep things fair. In addition, I have to pay for half of our joint household expenses, i.e. mortgage, utilities, food, and my own car. Stacy pays for the majority of expenses for our children. Here lies the problem. Stacy has never taken issue with having to care for mine and Hannah's children. She picks them up from school, takes them to activities, and ensures they have everything they need. However, anytime she purchases anything for them, she immediately sends me a Venmo request to demand I cover all the expenses related to the children that are, quote, not hers. This is something that I think you need to address, unless it gets better in the last 14 sentences of this. This is long. We recently went on a family vacation. She demanded that I pay for half of the portion for our children and all of the portion for Hannah's. I told her that all of these expenses are taking a big hit on my finances, and she didn't seem to care. She reiterated that my children are my responsibility. To add to insult to injury, she recently started contributing money to college funds for her kids, while Hannah and I have nothing saved for our kids. You know why you have nothing saved? Because you're paying for 2 sets of kids. And there are 3 adults
You're
in
the
this.
asshole.
There are
him.
There are 3 people in this situation. And you're paying for half the other and half the other. So homegirl's paying for nothing for half the other. You know what I'm saying? I knew what I'm saying. I told Stacy I need her to start paying her fair share of expenses around our household. I cannot afford to pay child support, household expenses, and all these miscellaneous expenses that come up for my kids. It wouldn't hurt her financially, as she makes more than me and could easily spare some money. Stacy blew it off and took our children to her parents' house, and I haven't heard from her in a day and a half. Am I the asshole for... Hey, buddy, you need a marriage counselor, not to be posting on fucking Reddit. These are like 90% of my Cameo request. Give me some advice that you're not qualified to give. So, but because you posted on Reddit and you really did ask for this, I'm going to give you some advice. You're
supposed to be the asshole.
I am being the asshole. You need a divorce. Well, as we know, financial problems are the number one cause of marriage problems and ultimately divorce.
Right.
Even above infidelity. And
but what it sounds like
I've cheated
to
on
me,
everybody, and the reason why we broke up is because of our financial problems. Not true.
He's complaining about the fact that, I mean, she takes care of his kids. She's doing free child care and all that stuff.
I know, but the thing is, also, how do the kids feel? You know what I mean? Like, you were a blended household. So what I'm understanding, make sure...
I don't think the kids are involved in the financial conversations.
Yeah, but you feel things. You're in a household. You can feel tension. And ultimately, nothing is ever hidden from children for very long.
But she's doing the child rearing, and I think it's fair that she shouldn't have to financially cover his kids with another woman. That's his responsibility.
But it's not like she got into this relationship thinking he was going to leave his kids behind. If she makes more than him and it's crippling him financially, then when she ultimately divorces him, hey, Stacy, be smart. Pay for a little bit now and get more later. Get him to put the money that you're saving into a high growth mutual fund.
She might. She's making... Well, I think
people sue each other into bankruptcy and divorces, or they do this shit till there's nothing left. Stacy, if you have all the money now, it is cheaper to pay now and sue later.
There was like a follow-up comment on that it said that Stacy had started a college fund.
Well, he said this
for
in the thing.
Her 2 kids.
And not the other one.
Yeah.
He doesn't have enough money to send his kids to college.
Right. But he expects her.
No, she doesn't have to do that. She doesn't have to do that. But I think he's saying the reason why he can't do it is because she won't.
Because he had too many kids.
But she married him knowing he had too many kids.
Sure, but she's not financially responsible. She walked into this
relationship. I think that you are financially separate. I would never file a joint tax return with anybody. But common bills, or if somebody can't pay for something, I have no problem paying for that in my relationship.
Right. Well, they split half of all of the household stuff.
Half of the kids.
And she does the child rearing, it sounds like.
She doesn't do the child rearing. She picks them up from school occasionally and does
takes care of them.
There's still a mother in the picture. So we don't want to take this away from Hannah.
Your ex-wife.
Yeah, we don't want to. Here's the thing. I'm really sensitive to this because I come from a house of divorce.
Yeah.
And the last thing you want to do is say that somebody's taking care of all of the child rearing when they're just
No, I don't mean all of it, but like
they're guest starring as a parent is what they're doing.
Guest. So we are talking about your career.
But that's how I equate everything because I've been. Is that him?
This is John Breaks Bad News on TikTok. I think I was just going to round it out after Am I the Asshole with like a video of a guy breaking bad news to someone on TikTok.
Hey John, I got some bad news.
This is his very first one that he ever posted. It's got 7.2 million.
Hi, I'm John, and I'm about to break some bad news.
Oh, so this is DJ's cameos.
Oh my God, yeah, that's the kind of cameos I get.
Hi, is this Aaron? Yeah. Your friend, first off, I'm John from John Breaks Bad News.
Hilarious.
Can you hear me? It sounds like you got a lot going on over there. Yeah, I can hear you. I'm John from John Breaks Bad News. Okay. Your friend Bree hired me to break some bad news to you.
What a terrible thing.
She's pregnant with your boyfriend's baby.
This isn't the best one.
Sorry,
It's just
bud.
the first one.
This is mean.
Yeah, like it's such an extra level of embarrassment.
And it's such a level of asshole.
Yeah.
You fucked your friend's boyfriend.
Yeah. It's like, what are
And
we
ultimately,
doing here?
and he's responsible too. But what I mean is, but you're responsible. You betrayed your friend.
Right.
There are thousands of dicks out there. I've seen most of them.
It actually feels like if you're hiring somebody to do this, it feels like you don't give a fuck.
It feels like you're trying to hurt them more.
Yeah, you're trying to hurt them more because it's like, oh, here's gonna be some impersonal ass phone call from some guy who's now recording it.
Let me put my law hat on for a minute. How is this not a liability issue?
What do you mean? Recording.
They must have to sign a release. I mean, this is a public platform, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like social media gets away with that stuff because there are tons of people that do like prank calls on social media and post it and stuff like that.
Yeah, if you hey John, if anybody ever calls you to break bad news for me, I will double the price for you to tell me about it and then pretend the call never came so I could exact revenge slowly.
Yeah.
I will fuck you up forever. I will make it look like John took your money and never told me. I will pretend like I don't know. And we'll find you. Like flat tires will happen. Things will happen at work.
Arsenic in the food.
Actors have a lot of free time. Don't fuck with us. I spent like 2 weeks learning about bees once.
New Zealand bees?
No,
not because you couldn't tell me
I didn't know
about
the
those.
ingredients of Manuka honey.
What's the one with your dad is still dead? Because I just can't imagine.
That one's really funny.
No, have you seen the one where like this girl goes, "Okay, guys, I need you to pretend like you're my mom. She died." And she wanted to say that she just got into nursing school or got a job as a nurse or something. And so it's two people watching it. Have you seen this video? So I'm sorry that your mom died, person. If you're hearing this, the odds are that you're not. But it's trauma dumping. It is the definition of trauma dumping. So a guy one-ups her and can you Google... Can you Google? I know we're going Google crazy today, folks. Can you Google pretend that you're my dead mom?
My
Okay.
mom said, "Can you pretend to be
this
my
is
mom?"
I bet this is the one.
Oh God, there's some.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so, no, it's the second one. It's the second one.
This one?
Yeah, this guy he's.
Oh, that's a reaction.
Yeah.
Today, but my mom is dead. So can you guys just pretend to be my mom for a minute? Okay, so guess what? I actually got hired in the ER, mid-shift.
Have you not seen this?
I think I have actually, and I really like these. I see these guys.
Who are they?
Podcast clip.
The thing is, I can understand that you're upset, but it just you would have to be pretty unsocially aware to do this and not know and not be targeted for it. Like, I really hate being manipulated. I hate it when bad things happen to people, but when you tell me things, sometimes I can tell that you're doing it to try to manipulate me into a response.
Sure. But if it's on your social media platform as opposed to like reaching out to somebody and being like, can you pretend to be my mom?
Who do you think's going to see that? Everybody around her.
Right. But
but she's also doing this. Hey guys, it's not hey friends. It's hey guys. It's hey world.
Right.
My mother's dead.
Right. I mean, it doesn't
read to you at all as manipulative.
No, of course. That's not something I would do. But if you are somebody who posts about the shit that's going on in your life on social media,
yeah,
it doesn't clock as super weird to me. I mean, there are plenty of videos on social media where people are crying.
So you don't think the word choice is suspect? Like, we're like this. Hey guys, so I got really great news today, and I would love to share it with my mother, but she's no longer with us.
Yes.
Could you pretend to be my mother?
Yeah, I don't like the "can you pretend to be my mother?"
I'm telling you, because I live in a world where I feel like this is constantly happening to me. I can clock it so far.
Yeah.
Like, I saw a girl brace herself in a line to meet me once in the UK, brace to fall. I know what a stage fall looks like. I do them.
Right.
And I saw everybody rushed over to her, and she was fine like 2 minutes later, but I got up and walked away.
Yeah.
Because it's like when somebody cries and tries to like manipulate me. I don't get sympathetic. I get angry. Anything that's artificial really bothers me.
Yeah.
And this is a problem I have with social media at large. Like I can tell when a video's fake.
No, yeah.
And so it's like, it makes me so angry that you will try to manipulate me.
Right. I think the way she could have done this and still gotten that same point across by going, my mom is dead and this is news that I really would have loved to share with her. I'm going to share with you guys instead. But instead of, can you pretend to be my mom real quick?
That is worlds away.
Yeah.
That simple difference is everything.
Yeah.
And that simple difference is, to me, one side's manipulative, one side is sharing.
Yeah.
And I hate that. I really, really hate somebody trying to manipulate me. I do. I fucking hate it. I mean, it's also I also hate being told what I can and can't do in general. You know what I mean? How I must respond to things. Like, I can't watch Chopped anymore because now the number one thing on Chopped is to be able to tell a sad story over piano music.
That's honestly my biggest gripe about reality competition shows is the sob story Olympics, where
it's a dick measuring contest of misery.
It's like, I was just watching the most recent episode of The Bachelorette, and this happens all the time on those shows where it's like they're on their first one-on-one date and it's like, and so my mom died when I was 14 and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's such a, like, I understand that things move a lot faster and you're trying to get this person to know who you are and what your story is and all that stuff. But that feels fucking manipulative because it's like, well, now you have to give me the rose on this date because I just gave you my sob story. And I told you how hard it is for me to open up because I've never been able to trust since my parents got a divorce after college.
Exactly.
It's like, like that shit. Or even just like American Idol or whatever the fuck it is, when you see these the media packages before they go up to audition, and it's like, and my grandpa was my biggest source of inspiration, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, but are you a good singer?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
we focus so much on
my grandpa also is dead. I shouldn't be on American Idol. I just found one that I want to read. Am I an asshole?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Am I the asshole? Hi, I'm an actor named BJ. And on a lot of my social media platforms, people will tag me on their horrible medical journeys when things have happened to them and when they're going through like a long, protracted treatment period. And I think it borders on abusive. No, he thinks it borders on abusive. No, you're reading
it. There is something typed in there.
I think it borders on abusive because it completely negates the fact that I've also gone through something crazy and have some unresolved trauma with that.
Yeah.
When people tell me the hard medical stuff, like somebody tells me they got a paper cut, I want to pass out. I mean, I can deal with my own stuff because it's mine. But one of our cast members on one of the shows, I don't want to say who it is, on the shows that I'm on or have been on, has a parent killed themselves. Right. And then somebody knew that and then tweeted her once or them and said, I'm terrible at disguising people, and said, if you don't respond to me, I'm going to kill myself.
That I can't fucking, God, that happens so many times.
Here's how he or she or they handled it. She did this. They did this. That is abusive. I won't fucking take that from you. How dare you do that? That's what I feel like. Especially when it's pointed directly at me. That, the dead mom is mildly annoying to me.
Clip that.
It just makes me want to turn the channel. But when you do it to me, I have visceral anger about it because I still have nightmares where I'm trapped. I don't want to trauma dump on you. But I
love being dumped
It's
on.
a part of, I heard that.
Send me to Dubai. I experienced that even just working with Jim, where people would be trying to get a hold of him because they really wanted to talk to him. And there was this one person that just kept emailing everybody in Jim's circle being like, okay, I'm about to kill myself, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you can't do this because yes, that's awful to think that. But I feel the same way in relationships when people threaten that kind of stuff. It's not my responsibility.
But it takes a long time to get there, and you still feel guilt, though.
You still feel guilt.
It's just
100%.
unfair.
Yeah, it's
like
totally
I once
unfair.
got a cameo request. A guy was like, "I have a hard addiction to fentanyl." And so I declined it, and then immediately, because I couldn't take money for that, and just got, and then I sent him a free cameo saying, I am not qualified for this in any way. I was like, and there's no way for me to gauge where you are in this. I have no experience in this. I pretend for a living. Children do it.
Yeah.
And, but the fact that if this is real and you're going through this, and the fact that you could reach out to me, you can reach out to somebody that can help you.
Right.
And I just hope that you do. That's all I can do. But the thing is, I still think about that.
Yeah.
And so then I question, well, should I respond at all?
Yeah.
Should I just send a blanket? Because there is a by rote, I'm unavailable at this time. It's unfair to do to people. The same like I told you, like, hey, blank, pronounce blank, this request. It's been a hard year with my dad killing my mom and the trial or lack thereof, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to process that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if I respond to enough of it or let it in, it starts to degrade.
Yeah, it's
my
hard,
quality
especially you are a person with a lot of empathy and same.
And this
same
makes me sound like I'm an asshole.
No,
but
it's hard because you have a lot of empathy. Like, and there's also a
sometimes
difference.
I've got emotional space for it. Sometimes the sun is shining and I'm not depressed and haven't just recently come out of a depressive episode, or I'm not anxious. Some days I am equipped. But the thing is, you telling me that you don't know what day I'm on.
Yeah.
And I think about that all the time, how I impact people.
Yeah.
Because what if I'm the fucking straw that broke the camel's back for somebody
100%.
and they take their life, so all of that stuff is at play in my head, and I just don't understand why it's not at play in other people's heads.
Yeah. And there's a massive difference too if there was a time where I for the first time had shared one of my rape stories on Facebook, like, and I went into detail about it, and it was a really long story, and in the following week I got over 100 messages of people who were like, I've never told this story to anybody else. And I spent the entire week fucking sobbing. But I wasn't mad at anybody for doing that, because I had opened the door for that and people felt like it was a safe place to share. However,
that's different.
It's different. It's because that was the topic, right? And people were responding
to that. It's a public forum, but it's a controlled public forum.
Yeah. But when people just come into your DMs for some random reason and start trauma dumping, it's like, I try to respond to everybody I possibly can, and I try to respond with intention and really being there and all that stuff. But I also only have so much to give. There are times when I don't check my DMs for months at a time because I just can't handle it. Yeah. And I think one of the things that people need to, I guess, get really good at is know when the conversation's ending, right? Like, because there are plenty of times where I respond and then people are like, oh, she responded, so I'll just keep going back and forth about this thing forever. And I'm like, okay, but also I'm not your therapist, and and we don't know each other, so I can't commit a ton of time to this thing. I'm happy that I've helped you in some way.
I was talking to a friend about this. We need to wrap it up. You're over an hour. Isaac wrote this up.
I could see him getting
really
on the
Patreon.
I could see him getting really antsy, and I knew that that's what was happening. But
hey, Isaac, the people on the Patreon, can you see that? Can they see that?
If we don't wrap it up,
I have to physically put it all in the edit.
Oh,
if we don't wrap it up, Isaac's gonna kill himself.
It would be great if you could move that into the thing. So because you saw it before we saw it. Okay, guys, don't trauma dump on people, and you won't. This will air after our live thing tonight. Yeah. Oh, you missed it.
But you can join us next month at patreon.com/loadedpod.
We do a live happy hour every month.
And it's really fun.
We get drunk and do this, but we actually are not worried about changing the names.
Yeah, we tell the stories with the real names, and we take your questions, comments.
We play games.
You can trauma dump on us.
Yeah, you can.
In the lives.
You can regular dump on us if you pay for it. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, take care of yourselves.
Sit on down and pour yourself a glass.
Then tune into your favorite podcast,
where things will be misquoted
and opinions ain't sugar-coated.
'Cause DJ and Kelly are locked and probably loaded.